This is Sophie Heller, and this is an ACT English meaning question. With a meaning question, you often want to look at the author's constructions to look for what best conveys the meaning, but also is less clunky. In this case, we're going to want to look for something that's the least clunky because a mark of good writing is just being simple. So this is telling us that the architect of the Capitol is charged with this assignment of planning and constructing buildings assigned to Congress. Okay, so we see here that it says is charged with, so is charged with planning and constructing. And we have this, the perk of. So this sentence would just make sense if we had is charged with planning. Because what are you charged with? Planning. It doesn't matter if you're charged with the perk of planning. That just sounds weird. So we don't need to be saying that. Choice 3 is the same except it puts perk in quotation marks to make it a bit ironic, but this passage is not being sarcastic. It's not saying, oh, it's a perk because, it's a bad thing. So we don't need this. Also, it still has that clunky construction, the perk of planning, when we could just say planning. So this is bad. Choice 4 is also bad, is burdened with the responsibility of. So it's clunky because you wouldn't need to have this whole thing. Also, it doesn't show the author's meaning because this passage is very neutral. It's just telling you there's someone who has the job of architect of the Capitol, and their job is to plan and construct certain buildings, and they have current projects, and this is what they do. So to say that the architect is burdened with the responsibility of makes it sound like it's a really negative responsibility rather than just a completely neutral description of someone's job. So we don't want to convey this negativity. It's not what the author wants to convey. So choice 4 is bad. Choice 2 is good because it gets rid of this awkward, clunky, the perk of planning. We can just say is charged with planning. And you see that it just looks better without it here. And it doesn't convey a negative connotation that the author doesn't want. So choice 2 is correct.